Now then.
Next is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch us out the Martyra, we'll make it in, oh, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Oh, baby, we got a long way to go. Another capital on the horizon. Wow, so that's Brilehaven. Did I miss anything? I just want to make sure. Okay, we didn't really miss anything. Just had to check. Let's head on over then. What sort of place is Port Brilehaven exactly? 'Tis a large city of prosperous commerce, due in no smart to its ocean-side proximity. I envision droves of people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might still be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, Nuris? Why, I never. Who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next stop, Port Brilehaven, capital of Oceania.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the Gauntlet Runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brilehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
Hey, give me a second. I have to really quickly do something.
Can you hear me?
I have to do this before I started streaming, so I'm just gonna do it right now. Okay. Should do it. Ever heard for things to do? Hop on over to the lounge. I fixed a plant culture chamber so you can grow seeds if you got them. What, gardening? Thanks to Nuris, you can now use plant culture chamber in the lounge. Use it to plant seeds you have. Thanks to the magic of Igniter, your crops will be ready to harvest. Ooh, fun. Does that take up time?
Alright then.
We should definitely cook, because now we got that skill from Maria that, like, cooking doesn't take up time. It shouldn't take up time, right? Surely not. But he's gonna become hero incenses? That sounds incredible. Okay, it is gonna take up time. We're gonna do it, but I want to make sure I cook first. Because that won't take up time anymore. Oh, lots of recipes. What the heck? Let's cook. I wonder... I can cook all of these. I still need to make that one thing with the mellow milk. Maybe benevolent bread will do it.
Alright.
Isn't that a dish from Heismay's home village? I'll go get them.
Now then.
I've heard tell that you mean to cook with dough today. In that case, you were right to summon me. Dough is the most delicate ingredient, and those who lack experience often go afoul about it. But you are in luck today, lad, for I was raised in the grain belt, and our dough shall rise to my standards. Allow me to demonstrate the proper technique like this and that. Why do you idle? Come show me your conviction.
Don't lose focus.
This is no time to rest. Should we err in neither time or heat, all our efforts thus far will be for naught. Now? Well, you made the fluffiest bread I've ever seen.
Days gone by.
Benevolent bread. Oh, Heismay. I can just cook whenever I want without passing time, which is incredible, I guess.
Let's not.
Okay, but you can only do it once per day. Alright, that seems like a fair trade-off. Still really good that no time passes. Well, I mean, like, we should definitely do gardening because that's the new activity they introduced.
Hey.
Let's plant some seeds. Throw fruit seed.
Yep.
Let's pop the hero's fruit seed in there then. First we wet the soil, then sow the seeds. Also, these prefer more sun, so keep the soil covering to a minimum.
The party sets off for Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink
It said
under
from.
the
I thought it
horizon,
said for
their
Martyr. I was like, we were just there.
lives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Oi!
Hey, have you heard there's a bath cask on the back deck now? Heard enough winging about not being able to bathe, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. No doubt it would shake too much to use while traveling, but it should be lovely to enjoy a soak when we're stopped.
Speaking of,
I've heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added into bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Thanks to Nurse, you can now use the bath cask on the back deck. Not only can you acquire Magla by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities.
The breeze feels nice.
We got 3 more days on the road. I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but it's still too dangerous to go outside at night. Imagination with both of you.
Alright then.
Where's Heisme? Is Heisme not an option?
What now? Alright then.
That's analyzing. That's not like a stat. And if I'm doing imagination, I might as well do it with Hulkenberg or Stroll. Alright, Hulkenberg, let's do it. Well met, I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we take a walk, talk a bit, words. I can't talk, dude. Talking's difficult. Who would have guessed? I was very taken with the sandworm dish. It's incredible that that pairing the unique ingredients of Martyra with Port City spices could result in something so divine. When two dissimilar things that would never meet cross paths, an unexpected synergy can occur. Put that way, could not the same be said of your powers? You might be right about that. Aye, I knew you'd understand, as only one who has eaten the same sandworm dish could. You know how sometimes when the powers within us resonate together, they can erupt into a move we'd never have conceived of prior? Perhaps the interweaving of these various diverse powers is what we call a miracle. The hero kings of yore fought alone and were ultimately beaten. I feel the possibilities available to us as we fight together far outstrip theirs. Choosing to engage with the power unknown when you encounter it can bring about the power to change the world. Now I'm really looking forward to the next city. As am I. I'm really glad there are like multiple hubs, quote unquote, like multiple towns we go to. I think I love Dragon Quest Heroes 2. It's like one of the best Dragon Quest games. That's something Dragon Quest Heroes 2 I wish did, where it had multiple towns instead of just Harba. Was it called Harba? No, it was Accordia. Harba's the starting town, but like it's not really a hub. I wish Dragon Quest Heroes 2 did the same thing where it's like multiple towns. Metaphor taking that route is like really good. I do like that. It's getting late, but not unimaginably so. What say you? Shall we stay up a while longer?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
We've almost made it through 2 months of the game. Getting fairly close to that part.
That reminds me.
We'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Heisme, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. I'm confident it will take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted. Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? My young friend, what did you hear UG for capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. Yeah, good point. Never seen a UG fly now that I think about it. 2 days we'll be in Port Brilehaven. We've really gotten used to all this traveling, don't you think? The save here. We haven't saved since 7:12.
All right then. Let's go.
Definitely should cook something again. I think we should cook something every single day in hopes of finding something for that one request. This also requires mellow milk. I don't have briny salts. Deals 300 almighty damage to one enemy? That's insane. That's also interesting. We already have the benevolent bread. Nothing else costs mellow milk. Give me the critical meatballs. Increases crit rate for all allies for 3. That seems incredible. It's also cool that each character knows how to cook a certain dish. Again, more character little moments you get, which is neat. I've considered this topic for quite a while. It's not true that meat tastes better when consumed by the mouthful, rather than via tiny, polite little bites. This is my preferred method, as you can luxuriate in its full texture whilst increasing one jaw's strength. The logic behind cutting meat into small pieces eludes me. I prefer only the most restrained application of seasoning as well. 'Tis best to let the ingredients' natural flavors thrive. If animals must forfeit their lives to sate our hunger, then the least we can do to honor them is to taste the full glory of their sacrifice. We chose prime ingredients on this day. I dare say this meal will be exquisite when it's complete.
Good.
A pleasing aroma, is it not? That indescribable acridity belies the dish's depth. It's so novel and unique. I never tasted anything like this.
All right.
Wait, what'd that say? I may never again. The critical meatballs are now complete. An enchanting aroma, is it not? It is really cool that like each character knows how to make a certain dish. Again, just more diversity with what characters help you do things.
All right then.
Cast is looking pretty good so far. I really like all the characters. Like I really like the cast so far. Heismay, Stroll, and Hulkenberg. Gallica's fine. Like, you know, I could take her or leave her. She's just kind of here. She's not super annoying, but
All right then.
nothing really crazy going on with her yet. But the other three, I'm invested. They're great characters so far. And I look forward to seeing more.
All right.
What am I gonna do? I should probably check on the seats.
Hey there. Whoa.
Oh, this doesn't take time.
Did you know?
Crazy the machine can make the soil fertile enough to grow these seeds in only one day. So, well, lots of things get attracted here, and sometimes things we didn't plant grow too. If you see something you can use, then I guess you should take it. Gauntlet shrooms. I don't really have other seeds besides hero ones, so we should probably not bother.
All right then.
I have 263 MP. I'm not gonna do MP. I'm gonna do like wisdom maybe, or courage. We can get ranked up. Let's do a stroll activity because we did a Hulkenberg one last night. Hey, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is our bodies. Or battles of bodies. I am mixing up so many words today. I'm only going to stream for another like hour 40 minutes though, so hopefully I can survive. Or not 40 minutes, hour 20 minutes. I'm going to do, we're going to stream for specifically 3 hours and 40 minutes for reasons that mess with my OCD. Or to fix my OCD. Naturally, it's important to sharpen one's blade, but one must take special care of its tip. Tip's more effective when facing off against armored opponents to pierce gaps in the armor rather than slashing at them.
The case.
That all said, what's the most important quality of the sword for the manner of attack? I guess the sturdiness, right? Sharpness of the point might be. I guess lightness would be important because you have to wield the blade. I think it's sturdiness, maybe. I'll say the sturdiness of the hilt. That's important, yes, but the key is the point thin, sharp. Okay, it is the point. That would have been my second guess. My father always said that. I always think of it when doing sword maintenance. More courage. Rank 3. No, but we're getting there. For nobles, a sword is ornamental. Still, my father emphasized the importance of its practical use. Indeed, as a child, I was lost around the sword. Learning those lessons back then is how I came to fight alongside you today. I'm constantly reminded of how indebted I am to my parents. Oh, I have to. I thought it was gonna black screen me. Honestly, I was looking at my phone for something, and I thought the game was gonna. I thought the game was gonna like move on its own. My bad. This is Nervous. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view.
Oh,
This place once flourished through the excavation of magma crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brilehaven. However, the promise of strong magma drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain, and with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
the city ruins.
This is...
Truly a harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Something wrong, lad? Did the Gauntlet Runner get the best of your stomach again?
No.
No, sorry. I was just reminded of something unpleasant. You okay?
Everything okay?
Right.
Yeah, sorry to cause you any concern. I know it destroyed this village. I have no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right, I don't know if the magma crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually. Stroll. I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and save all those lives within.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Wisdom?
All right.
It's a good thing I picked courage in that choice I got.
Hey,
Oh, my stomach sends notice that our next meal's overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Nerus can read the room when he wants to, huh?
So,
Let's put this place behind us.
here.
By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it's an important sight to document nonetheless. City Ruins drawing. I can give that to Maria, I guess.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the
It's
Gauntlet
stormy
Runner
at
arrives
the
in a
campsite.
land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
That was our day, so now we have a nighttime. Blackwood Camp. The day after tomorrow, we'll be in a real maritime city. I bet we'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us, huh? In this game, sure, but I've seen the ocean plenty of times in my RPG days, Gallica, I'll have you know. There was imagination at nighttime here. We'll do Heisme.
Ah, it's you.
Hello there, I've got all together too much time on my hands. What say we take a little rest and talk a moment? No trace of enemies around by my eyes. Peaceful for now, which means we get to have a little break. More imagination.